What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. And here's what's going on this week. So today I'm going to talk about what I'm looking for in the SPX and the Triple Q. We're going to talk about the 3 earnings reports that I am paying very close attention to. All happen to be on the same day. And we'll preview PCE at the end of the week. So with that, let's dig in. Well, folks, my SVIX strategy I'm running in Trading Desk is running strong. We are in a breakout trade and currently engaged in SVIX itself. If you haven't heard about the strategy, go to optionpit.com and click on this link in here, and you can join and watch the presentation Hannah and I did. It'll be worth your time. You're going to learn a ton. All right, so the SPX on Friday. It closed, or on Monday, I'm sorry, SPX closed at 56.1684. Now, I want to show you something I think is pretty amazing. This blue line. What is this blue line? This blue line is where we were prior to the release of FOMC minutes last Wednesday. We've gone nowhere. This is the line to watch. Can we break away from this line in the SPX? You can see the S&P well above the 50. It's still kind of threatening those all-time highs. Meanwhile, on Monday, the Triple Q, it had a rough day. Now, Apple managed to stay green. It closed right on the 50-day. Is it going to bust through? The stocks that I have been talking about that are soft continue to be soft. Look at Amazon. Look at Microsoft. Even Meta, which has been strong, really starting to soften up here. And Google doesn't seem like it's able to get off the mat. So those 4 names are really pulling back on the QQQ. It wasn't helped by NVIDIA, saw a little bit of selling pre-earnings. Apple managed to pull itself green on the day after being down. So Apple is the lone star in the Mag 7, if you will. On the other end, the Russell 2000 still managed to close slightly up on the day, but did have a nice turnaround. I think this one's going to end up going to $230. So PC is being released this week. Let's price out the way they are pricing it. Right now, for the week, they're pricing in about $70 of movement in the next 4 days. That seems a little expensive to me, but this at the money, this 56.15 has been such a magnet. I'll be interested to see whether we're able to break away from that level going into the long weekend. One thing to be aware of with the VIX is that we are heading into a long weekend. So that is going to put some pressure on the VIX. The volatility index itself ended up really, really, really flat on the curve with September and the index basically on top of each other. So you can see how flat this curve is. My yield zone indicator is still positive. That's why I'm still long SVIX. So what are the stocks that I am watching? There are 3 earnings reports I'm paying very close attention to. The first one is Crowd. They had that debacle last month. They're pricing in a below average move. I think Crowd is going to make a big move. Be on the lookout for Crowd. Next up is Chewy. They have earnings. Again, pricing in a huge move, almost 14%. This is one I'm expecting a big move. I like Chewy to potentially go higher. And last but not least, you know it, you love it, NVIDIA. This is the biggest move they priced in NVIDIA in a very long time. And when we've seen these big moves priced in, it has tended to underperform. So when they're expecting a big move, it tends to make little moves. So have that in the back of your head. I think that this is one of those times where maybe NVIDIA does pull back a little bit. On the pullbacks, what I want you to notice is those are the times where it tends to underperform. The only major pullback that's really outperformed is all the way back to 2018 and 2021. So NVIDIA to go up, those earnings are going to have to be perfect. It's going to have to beat the top line and bottom line of the very top estimate. Not just the consensus, the very top estimate, and they're going to have to guide higher because that PE is really juicy at about 76. That's the trailing 12-month. The forward you're saying is a little lower. It's a lot lower, you might say, but they need to keep raising guidance for that forward PE to come into play and to justify that $3 trillion. We've never had a $3 trillion company with a 75 PE. Look at the PEs of the other $3 trillion companies. They're high. Apple's 35. Microsoft is 35. So think about that. These and NVIDIA is worth more than Microsoft. That should kind of play things out for you in terms of where things are with NVIDIA right now. I'm expecting it to potentially pull back. All right, folks. Yet again, make sure to check out my my special presentation I did with Hannah last week. And if you're watching me on YouTube, like, subscribe, and leave a question, and I will answer it. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. I'll see you soon.